I got 9 o'clock. I'm gonna go ahead and call these orders and start with Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning. Good morning, Renee. Renee's gone today. We got Taylor sitting in for the bids. Next is the approval of today's agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented, Lance.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is approval of minutes of 10/23/23.
Lance, I'd make a motion to approve the minutes from October 23rd, 2023 as presented.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is approval of claims for payment of 10/30/23.
Lance, I'd make a motion to approve the claims for payment dated 10/30/2023.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I got 901. Let's go ahead and open the public hearing. The public hearing is, we got 2 pieces of property to sell. The one being the old vet barn building and the other one being the Garden City County shed. Is there any public comments? And were there any written comments? Okay. I can entertain a motion to close public hearing.
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? None, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now we have proposal to convey real property at an auction. Our auctioneer, county engineer, or county attorney up there. Sorry, Taylor.
Yeah.
Come on up. Or you want to get any disclosures and stuff first and foremost?
You got them both in one envelope?
I think so, that'd be my guess. Yeah.
Well, both these properties are being sold as is, so, beware. One of the properties, the Garden City property, does have a septic system, and under the code, transfer title or deed wouldn't be able to be complete until there's been an inspection. So because it's being sold as is, that's going to be a buyer, a burden on the buyer. They're gonna have to get it inspected and factor that into your bidding. So that's what I know right now.
Can you just disconnect it?
Don't know if I'm gonna be able to answer that question. I know there are certain exemptions, and I don't believe disconnection is one of the exemptions. You still have to have it inspected. Now, whether beyond that, I don't know what they're gonna require, but the inspection is gonna come first. I don't think disconnection is one of the exemptions.
You know it's gonna need a leach field. That's for sure.
That would be up to the buyers to decide.
But their use is gonna be for the property.
Maybe somebody's tearing the whole thing down and you wouldn't need a leach field at all. I don't know.
Which is,
That's why we're selling it as is.
Right.
and under the code, if there's somebody we're going to demolish, then you don't even need an inspection. Is one of the exemptions to the inspection requirement.
And we'll put whoever the buyer is in touch with Jessica Sheridan, our environmental health.
So you're an abstract for property?
We haven't
I don't know. if
updated
an
any
abstract.
abstract.
Nope, we don't have any information other than what you got right here.
So there is no abstract.
I couldn't tell you. We've never seen one. We can look for one, but that doesn't mean we're gonna make one. So that can be up to the buyer as well.
So you'll sell it as a quick claim deed then, right?
Right. That's what was in the public notice, that they'd be sold as is by quick claim deed.
Okay.
And terms would be, you need a tender payment today. My understanding of what the board's preference is.
That's what we've done it previously. So I think it's a strong precedent.
Were there any other questions? Open the bids.
Sure. There's no one for one, I don't know what it's for. This for equipment, we'll do it later.
Okay.
Alright, I think this is your only one for the one in town.
What, the address again,
This says 1602 Washington.
just for the record.
It's a bid from Tim Pickering for $1,200. 1,200.
Which property are you?
The
That
1206 Washington.
Yeah, in Eldora.
That's an Eldora.
Did you want to open the other ones to make sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, somebody wanted to bid on both. This one is from Aiden Butler for Garden City. This is $500. That's Thomas Fees. Garden City for $2,000. For David Nelson. Garden City Shed for 5,200. And lastly, we have Dennis Nybauer, Garden City Shed for $3,000.
Let's do the one in Eldora first.
Sounds like a solid plan.
Path of least resistance.
So that was $1,200 for Tim Pickering.
And there are no other
Is
bids.
Tim or his agent here?
Thanks for coming in this morning, Tim.
You don't want to bid it up, do you?
No.
I checked.
It doesn't go the other way either, so.
Daryl, your
You wanna-
recommendation?
I mean, is officially accepted
Yep.
bid by motion.
Sure, I'll make a motion to accept Tim Pickering's bid of $1,200 for 1206 Washington in Eldora.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Stick around and we'll get some paperwork done. Thank you.
Now, on the other four bidders on the Garden City property, should probably have is any challenge to the timeliness of any of those bids? I mean, this probably have a motion to say that they're qualified bidders
Sure.
today. Yeah.
I make a motion to qualify all four bidders for the Garden City secondary roads building.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Appreciate the interest and everybody coming in this morning.
Hearing no more, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's start the four people here.
So is Mr. Butler or an agent here?
Yes.
Okay. And Mr.
You want to
Speed
stand out.
here. Mr. Nelson here. And Mr. Nebo. Here, okay. Well, Mr. Nelson has the high bid, 5,200, so. Among the other three, I can take it alphabetically or just start, seeing if anybody wants to make a bid higher. I'll say if there's anybody who wants to pay 5,300. But you're Mr. Nelson, right? Spees. You're Mr. Spees, okay. So 5,300 to Mr. Spees. Anybody say 5,400? Cool. 54 and you're Mr. Nelson, right? Right. 55. Mr. Speed. 56. Mr. Nelson. 57. Mr. Speed. 58. Mr. Speed. Nelson, somebody keep track of this.
I'll keep track.
We're up to 58.
Speed.
Okay, sorry. And now 59.
So I got it at 58, right?
No,
No, I didn't.
you're at 59 back there right now.
Well, yeah, I've hit, and you're Mr. Butler. Butler 59, 6,000. Mr. Nelson, 51 speed, 62. His Butler's hand went up first, so now we're at 63. 64, 65. Mr. Butler 65, 66. Nelson 67, speed 68. Butler 69, Nelson 7, Speeds 31. Let's see if anybody goes 75. Mr. Speeds at 75. About 8,000. Mr. Nelson 9,000. Mr. Speeds 95. Mr. Nelson 10. Speeds 12.
10-5.
10-5, Mr. Nelson. 11, Speeds, 11-5.
7-5 one time.
11-5, Mr. Nelson. 12, Speeds. 12-5,
No,
12-5. 12-2. We're at what, 12?
Yep, 12 at
12.
Speeds.
12, going once. Going twice. Bold, conditioned on the board's approval. Mr.
Yep.
Speeds.
Lance, I'd make a motion to approve the bid of $12,000 to Mr. Thomas Spees for the Garden City Secondary Roads Building.
I'll second. Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Leave the address in there.
Yeah.
31,
31,523 Market Street in Garden City, Iowa.
Any other discussion? Thank you for participation. Hearing no more discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
That's
Is there any other motions we need?
I think so.
Okay.
All right, stick around, gentlemen, and we'll get you some paperwork.
Moving on, I'm gonna go to consideration to approve the proclamation naming November 18th as National Injury Prevention Day in Hardin County. Come on in.
Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, I'm good. All right, November 18th, 2023 is the 4th annual National Injury Prevention Day. It's designed to raise awareness about the burden of injury and violence, and the need for change. So it's dedicated to educate and empowering communities to make a difference and work towards reducing injuries and death. Unintentional injuries and violence are the leading causes of death and hospitalizations for people ages 1 to 44. Every year, they lead to more than 278,000 deaths, 2.8 million hospitalizations, and 18.5 million emergency department visits. The total cost of injury and violence in the United States is approximately $4.2 trillion every year. It's important to note that most of these injuries and deaths are often preventable. There is a public health and financial return on prevention investment through implementation and research-based policies and programs. Hardin County Public Health is currently partnering with multiple organizations and groups to promote safety throughout the county. Hardin County Sheriff's Office, the Eldora Police Department, Iowa Falls Police Department, we are currently doing a gun lock initiative. Schools and daycare centers, partnering with Child Care Resource and Referral for free CPR for any person who lives in, works in, or plays in Hardin County. CPR classes are free. EMS and other organizational companies working with Stop the Bleed program, and many more in the future. In addition to addressing risk factors, it's equally important to foster resiliency and address inequities leading to injury and violence. The combined strength of injury and violence prevention organizations across the country coming together on November 18th sends a solid unified message of it's time for a change. So I am asking Hardin County to join in this and proclaim November 18th as National Injury Prevention Day every day. What this means is, in addition to raising awareness to prevent injuries and acts of violence, communities across the country will be empowered with knowledge and safety practices, products, and policies. Wear green that day. Do what you can to make a difference in your community. And when the sun goes down, shine a green light to light the way towards change. Green represents life, safety, health, growth, and prosperity. All good things along life's path. I would love to see the courthouse be lit up green, other governmental buildings and other buildings that people may have lit up green on November 18th, just to show support.
I don't know if we have that technological ability, do we?
I don't know.
So, we'll talk to David. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lance, I'd make a motion to approve the proclamation naming November 18th as National Injury Prevention Day in Hardin County.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next I have is consideration to approve a courthouse grounds Christmas festival, Eldora Public Library Story Walk.
Lance, very happy to ask for approval of the story walk for the courthouse grounds effective November 21st through the 27th, if more than one day. Joan Grotoff from the public library is requesting this, and she's done a magnificent job previously, and so this is an exciting thing going into the holiday season, so I ask for approval.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? And make sure she talks to Dave on where she
Yep.
puts the signs.
And maybe get some of those if the ground does start to get cooler before too late to get some stuff maybe set sooner and out of the way of snow removal. So, yeah, yep, so we'll get her in touch with Dave again.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is consideration of approve WageWorks Health Equity Plan for calendar year 2024.
Lance, I'd make a motion to approve the WageWorks Health Equity Plan for calendar year 2024.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
This is just to enter an agreement with WageWorks for the flex spending accounts that Hardin County employees can opt into.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now I have it change of statuses.
Yeah, I got a few this morning here. So these are all gonna be in the sheriff's office. So the first is Tyler Swenson. This is a pay increase. This is his union negotiated step adjustment eligible for up to 3%. So his new rate will be $30.95 an hour effective October 21st.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Then I've got one for Colton Stein. This is a pay correction. of $21.16 an hour effective July, it's retroactive to July 1st, 2023.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Motion carries.
The next I have is very similar for Aaron Kronk, retroactive to July 1st, 2023, a pay correction of $21.16 an hour.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Motion carries.
The next is the resignation, permanent part-time correctional officer Kiera Stott, effective October 31st, 2023. She was at the rate of $20.35 an hour.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The next again is excuse me, pay correction for Alan Rondo at a rate of $21.16, retroactive to October 9th, 2023.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The next is a pay correction for Caleb Graham, correctional officer at a rate of $21.16, retroactive to July 1st, 2023.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. There's one on the backside.
Oh. All right. The next was a resignation of Jennifer Crosser, effective October 24th, 2023. She was a correctional officer at a rate of $20.35 an hour.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Motion carries. That's all I have for change of statuses. Any other business?
Yeah, I want to report good news this morning. So last week, Greenbelt, as the board's member of the Greenbelt Home Care Board, we went over our audit and we had a tremendous audit. Things are really good there. No findings, and so that's always good to hear. And it's in the world we live in, some good news. And typically in a financial audit, they'll find something because that's their job. And there are no findings, and Greenbelt Home Care is in a really strong place. And some of the continued administrative recruitment of patients and going out and marketing the team is really paying off. So thought I'd report that today, Lance.
Okay. Any other business?
I guess we done.
Yep.
All right. So they're knee deep in the paving on 170th Street by the Pine Lake Corn Processors. So that's moving along good. And the secondary roads is still in search of about 500 tons of sand. If anybody knows anybody producing sand, just for our winter operations. Prices have quadrupled in the last few years. So, you know, it's kind of hard to put it out there for some of the companies. So we're still kind of searching around.
You want Sand Hills, do you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I mean, it's over $11 a ton now, so it's
What are
getting
the
pretty
specs
expensive for
on
sand. Well, we're kind of picky on the
On
sand, because this
humidity.
is stuff we're putting down on the road, so we
Right.
don't want it to be too coarse of sand
Right.
either.
Okay.
Yeah, generally Greg likes to go out there and take a look at it.
That's what I was just wondering what the specs on there. So, okay. Thanks, Taylor.
Yep.
Thomas, anything? No other business? Public comment?
None.
No public comment? I can ask for adjournment.
Thanks. I'd make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Motion carries. We're adjourned.